I waited a long time to make this video. I was never mentally healthy enough to make this video. And I'm a mess. I'm not really prepared for videoing. I haven't done my hair, I haven't done makeup, I haven't done anything, but I have a couple of minutes to quickly get on and record this. My boys are getting haircuts with their dad and the house is quiet, and it allows me to reflect. And some of you may or may not know, but I battle with depression and anxiety, and I've dealt with thoughts of suicide probably recently. Well, like a month ago maybe. And I felt like I was in such a dark place, and nothing I say or do was going to get me out of that place. I've been raised in the church, I'm married, I have 2 kids. I work at a church. I've been working at a church for many, many, many years. I teach children, I teach youth, I sing worship. I love the Lord with all of my heart. I have a prayer time. I have a time where I read my Bible or listen to the Bible. I have a group of amazing women who love the Lord and seek the Lord and encourage me in my walk with the Lord. And I battle with depression. I battle with anxiety. I battle with thoughts. And it's so taboo in the church, and that's fine, I don't care. But it's not taboo with me. It's my life. And I think those words, anxiety and depression, have always been a part of my life. I just was always so busy and so caught up in stuff that I never allowed myself to live there or be there or whatever. And after becoming a mom, after dealing with not being able to bear children, to feel a child being developed in my body and that whole experience, over the years, the depression and the anxiety grew because I didn't address it, because I didn't face it, because I didn't allow it to have a name. My first child, Mason, who's 7 now, we adopted him as an infant, and he's perfect in every way. And I think after becoming a mom, the anxiety skyrocketed. I was born and raised in New York. I was there for 9/11. I was there for the blackout. I've been through 2 separations with my husband. There's so many reasons why I dealt with depression and anxiety, and it takes on different forms over the years. Different things ignite it. But this last episode, I felt like I was in such a great place spiritually and with my kids and my husband and all of that. Why was this happening to me? And so I got to a point where I thought, it's not the enemy, it's not life, it's not, maybe God is breaking my bones, maybe he's allowing me to go through this for a reason. And so I embraced the disease in a way, not like I sat in my room and cried all day, but I embraced it in the sense that it made me shut everything out, turn everything off, and just be still and allow the pain to hurt. Allow, there's embarrassment that comes with it, there's anger, there's grief and depression, there's grief and anxiety, but you don't know what you're grieving over. I allowed those emotions to surface because I was tired of it. And I'm not saying that it's over. I'm saying that God has shown me a new way of coping and dealing and not suppressing. Because in order for God to use me, simple me, like I'm nothing, I'm a nobody. But in order for him to use me, I've got to be able to allow myself to feel things so that he can get the glory. And I can say, God, let me feel this. God, let me feel like no one understands, no one knows. He let me feel it. And so I devoured a passage in the Bible, because I said, all right, God, if you're going to allow me to go through these emotions, if you're going to allow me to feel this, help me, like give me a lifeline, give me something that I can hang on to. And I want to read it to you. And it's kind of long, but if you have dealt with depression, if you've dealt with anxiety, any of those mental things, it will speak to your spirit if you're at the place to receive it. You may not be. You may have to go back and like read it in your own voice, in your own time, in your own space. And so I've read this so much. I have my sister-in-law Monica bought me this great Bible for Christmas one year, and it's where you can like journal and whatever. And so this one, it's in Lamentations. It's not even like Psalm 23. It's not like that. It's Lamentations 3. It's Lamentations 3. And I have highlighted it and read it a couple of times. And so let me read this to you. And I'll try to go quick, and I'll try to make it interesting. But I just feel like it's so important. If you've ever done it's a long passage, but it's amazing. And I needed to put my hair up because I was getting hot. So anyway, it's Lamentations 3, and it says, I am the man who has seen affliction under the rod of his wrath. He has driven and brought me into darkness. Surely against me he turns his hand, again and again the whole day long. He has made my flesh and my skin waste away. He has broken my bones. He has besieged and enveloped me with bitterness and tribulation. He has made me dwell in darkness like the dead of long ago. He has wailed me about so that I cannot escape. He has made my chains heavy. Though I call and cry for help, he shuts out my prayer. He has blocked my ways with blocks of stones. He has made my paths crooked. He is a bear lying in wait for me, a lion in hiding. He turned aside my steps and tore me into pieces. He has made me desolate. He has bent his bow and set me as a target for his arrow. He drove into my kidneys the arrows of his quiver. I have become the laughingstock of all people, the object of their taunts all day long. He has filled me with bitterness. He has sated me with wormwood. He has made my teeth grind on gravel. He has made me cower in ashes. My soul is, I don't know this word, but bereft of peace, like doesn't have peace. I have forgotten what happiness is. So I say, my endurance has perished. So has my hope from the Lord. Remember my affliction and my wanderings. My soul continually remembers it, and it is bowed down within me. But this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. This is where it turns around. It's like it breaks you down, like it describes how you're feeling, and you're like, oh snap, that's exactly how I'm feeling. It's like 100% how I'm feeling. So after, like, I don't cry as often when I read it now, but I used to bawl my eyeballs out of my brains. Like I'd have to pick up my eyes and put it back in my head. I would cry so much. I'm just kidding. But then it turns around and it says, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. Oh my Lord, I'm so thankful for your mercy, God. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. The Lord is good to those who wait for him. Who wait for him. To the soul who seeks him. It is good that one should wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Quietly. Wait. These words were like megaphoned in my ear. Like they were just resounding in my ear. Every time I read it, the same words. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke of his youth. Let him sit alone in silence. Sit alone. Silence. Wait. Let him put his mouth in the dust that he may yet have hope. Be sad. Be mad. Be discouraged. Because that's where God saves you. That's where he's like, I've got hope for you. I've got faith for you. I've got love. I love the Lord. He's so good. Let him give his cheek to the one who strikes, and let him be filled with insults. For the Lord will not cast off forever, but through... Oh wait, my tears are my eyeballs. But though he cause grief, he will have compassion. According to the abundance of his steadfast love, he does not afflict from his heart or grieve the children of men. This is Lamentations 3:55. I called on your name, O Lord, from the depths of the pit. You heard my plea. God never left me. He never leaves me when I go through moments of anxiety and worry. Because guess what, guys? We won't be without those things. We're made of flesh. It's going to happen. And it's not so that you can beat yourself up and say, oh my gosh, what kind of Christian am I? You're human. It's going to happen. But I called on your name, O Lord, from the depths of the pit. You heard my plea. Do not close up your ear to my cry for help. You came near when I called on you, and you said, do not fear. I just want to finish by just encouraging you, for those who battle with the same things that I've been battling with or what I've been discussing, and know that, first of all, you're not alone. Not alone. And no, not everybody understands what you're going through, because everyone's mental struggles are different. And the reasons for those struggles are different, but the answer is the same. Stay in your word. The breakthrough is coming. And when your breakthrough comes, pass it on. Pass on what God has done in your life. People need to hear that they're not alone. People need to understand that they're not crazy, that they're not going to be judged. Take time out to sit alone in God's presence with his word, with worship music. Yes, all of that works. Sometimes you're so like caught up in your worry and in your state of mind that it doesn't work. Praying doesn't work, and the reading's not working, but that's not because God has changed. It's just because of where we're at mentally. So know that God loves you, and in the season of darkness, he's still there. He's not, just because you're sitting in darkness and you're going through something, it's not like he's out on Mount Sinai or whatever, on some mountaintop saying, oh yeah, that's Rachel, she's over there sitting in darkness, I'll get to her in a minute. That's not how God operates, you know what I'm saying? So keep taking one step at a time, putting one foot in front of the other, and reaching out to those that God has put in your life, because he put them there for a reason, to help us through these times. I love you guys. Have a great day, and everything that you do, give God glory.